Okay, this is part 2. I'm going to do this in different parts because I'm separating it, and some people may not want to watch an entire video that's like 20 minutes long for all this kind of stuff. So, first part was basically disassembling the AR-15 rifle, and the second part is going to be cleaning the AR-15 rifle. A couple different things that I use. For the bore, I use a Hops No. 9 solvent, okay, and I use that on my brush and on a patch when I run through the barrel. For everything else, I pretty much use this G96 gun treatment. I let that absorb. A lot of people use the Ballistol. I use this one only because Ballistol is not available in my area. With all the rave reviews on Ballistol, I'd probably use that otherwise. But that's basically it. Sometimes if it's gotten really bad or I want to have a brand new gun, I'll use this clean bore, okay, and blow all that gunk out if I got some stuff that's been there for a while. I have some old gun oil left over. I'm not picky on gun oil as long as it's oil. This has never failed me. This is the Outers, or whatever you pronounce that. And I use that for the gun oil. So really what I do is I start off by basically spraying inside the receiver. Okay, so I basically will turn my receiver upside down, get my G96, and I'll just spray, okay, and let it sit. Just like you would do with Ballistol, okay. Do the same thing with my bolt, and let it sit. Same thing with the bolt carrier. I'll spray inside the gas, inside the group here. Same thing for the firing pin, and I'll get it on my hands, that's okay. I'll wipe it off. And all the little cotter pin, my charging handle. Okay, now, and that's what I'll do. And I'm basically done with that. Now the spring, the buffer spring, I could spray that as well. Okay, you want to lube it up and stuff like that. And I'll just set it to the side. Let it sit. Okay, not a huge deal. The next thing you want to do is basically clean the barrel. So I never really run the cleaning rod through the barrel end. I always run it to the receiver end. So I'll start off by using a brush, depending on how much I've shot the weapon. Now this cleaning rod and cleaning, I forget what you call that, patch eyelet, I don't know what you call it. This is actually from my old M16 when I was in the Army, so kind of cool. But I will find that brush, and I'll stick the brush in there, and I'll basically start running that through the barrel. And I can't find my rod right quick, but that's about it. So I'll take a patch, or an assortment of patches, and I will basically, after I run a brush through it, put the patch in like this, and then run the rod through until it comes out the other end. Okay, and run it back through. Now usually I will put some Hops No. 9 on there, but even a dry patch you can see that it's quite dirty. Okay, so I'll do that to clean the barrel until the patches are clean. Okay, so I keep running that until it's clean, and then I'll do that in a second. And then for the bolt carrier and the bolt, I'll basically wipe this off with a rag or a paper towel, whatever I have handy. Sometimes I use patches or whatever. And then I use a lot of Q-tips, and I'll make sure I get all the crevices and that sort of thing. And a lot of times I have a lot of buildup. I'll put little Hops on these, and I'll run those through as well. Okay. Get everything nice and clean until I don't have any of that black gunk all over my Q-tips. Okay. I do the same thing for the bolt. Okay. Same thing for the charging handle until that's done. And I'll also do the same thing for the buffer tube. Okay. Buffer tube, this is the lower. Here's the buffer tube. I do that until it's all clean. So that's really how I clean it. There's nothing special about that. If you've cleaned guns before, you've cleaned this. So I'm not really going to go show every little nook and cranny of how I clean it, but just give you an idea of what I do. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, then I'll do a part 3. Okay?